Hi, good evening. This is John Hawkins Jr. with Gateway Counseling Center. It's our Tuesday night Facebook Live. We do every week at 8:15 on Tuesday evenings. I am a trauma addiction specialist, relationship, couples therapy, and a peak performance coach. And so we do also here at Gateway Counseling Center. We're located in South Florida and Boynton Beach. We do individual, couple, family therapy for all mental health issues, relationship issues, emotional issues, spiritual issues, whatever issues you got, we got you. So we do have a mission here at Gateway where we're trying to reach as many people as we can in every way we can. So we do, on-site counseling, online counseling, we do social media, stuff like this, just trying to really get the word out, accurate information, tips, anything that could be a benefit to anybody. That's our mission here. So tonight, you can also reach me throughout the week at John H at gatewaycounseling.com. Make sure you put the H, otherwise my dad gets them and he gets very confused by that. So just, hit me up on the email during the week. I'll send an email back to you, answer any questions you got, or give you feedback, tips, the kind of stuff during the week so you don't have to wait till Tuesday night. But tonight, one of the things that has been coming up a lot this last week is a lot of relationship questions, issues with people. It's a big dominant part of my work. I don't know if you guys are, I'm kind of dating myself. You ever heard The Clash, that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? I have an article I wrote this last week on, should I stay or should I go? Is it too late? Or, that's a big part of helping people get clarity on, is this relationship unhealthy? Is it toxic? Is it, neglectful? How can I determine when is it time to pull the plug? All these kind of things. So as a therapist, I'm not telling people whether they should stay or go, but I'm really helping them explore it from all angles and getting clarity on that. And so, it can be a very complex process. The thing I wanted to speak to you tonight is what happens is when you're in that place between, it's painful when I'm staying. It could be, again, neglectful, a lot of unmet needs, just a lot of conflict, it could get to the level of different forms of abuse. But if I leave, that brings up a whole bunch of other pain points. There's fear of aloneness for a lot of people. There's financial pressures. There's shame, like, oh, maybe it's my third divorce, and I don't want the shame of that. A lot of things keep people stuck. So what happens is when we get stuck between two places of pain, you can't stay there indefinitely. So you either numb it or try to escape it in certain ways. So one of the biggest psychological defenses that I see people use, particularly a lot of my female clients, is a defense defined in psychology as denial through fantasy. So what happens is I keep relating to my partner as who they could be or who they occasionally are, but it's not really who they are. So that's the fantasy part. So it's like, okay, I'm stuck between these two places of pain. If you would just change and become who I need you to be or who you randomly are, then I wouldn't have to face this pain. I'd be out of pain and it'd be all better and I wouldn't have to deal with any of this stuff. But it never works that way. So what happens is, like if you are speculating on potential, I tell people, like, when I hear he's got so much potential, such a good heart, all these kind of things, like, I would say at that point, you need to run for the hills. Like, betting on potential, you will lose your ass. Like, a relationship, you have to go with the person as they are in front of you, not who they could be. And I'm not talking about leaving room for growth and things like that. And absorbing, a level of imperfection that we all have. But if you continue to stay in a relationship that is neglectful or abusive, but, based on who the other person could become. I've seen people spend years and decades in many occasions before the reality of who this other person is finally comes crashing through. And now they've got 20, 30 or more years worth of missed out life and opportunity. And that amount of grief hits you all at once, and regret is massive. And people will do anything. So your emotions are the resource to help you deal with the situation. So if I'm here and I really get connected to how bad it feels to be me in this relationship, and here's the other fear of aloneness, all these kind of things, this becomes so big a lot of times, it will blow right through that. So I remember working with a woman one time, and it was really hard to get her to connect it to herself. It was very obvious her husband was still having an affair, had not broken off contact with this other woman, and she just kept, what is he thinking? Why would he do that? Whoa. Like, it's all about him. She's so disconnected from herself, or he's, another kind of similar defense is denial through words. Like, I keep relating to what you say rather than what you do. Because if you would do what you say, again, I could escape all that pain and avoid, how difficult this is for me. So as I got her really connected, what's it like for you to know that your husband's out here, you found more texts, more emails, that he's out here having this affair with this other woman, sneaking around, lying to you all the time? What's that like for you? What's it like to be his wife? And so when she finds, I don't want to do it, don't give me emotions, I just want advice, just tell me what to do, which I am not going to do. But once I got her really connected, she broke down, terrible pain. She came back the next week, she's like, put all kinds of boundaries on him, consequences, like, that's it, like, terminate all contact, or the marriage is over, like, took action. Because when she felt that emotion, even though it was painful and scary in the beginning, it internally strengthened her and gave her clarity on what to do. And that's why I'm not telling her what to do, because one, I'm not taking responsibility for their person's life, and I don't know everything. Number two, I'm not always right, but I believe somewhere inside her, she knows what to do. I just have to help her get connected to that. So if you're stuck in those defenses, remember, relating to who the person could be, who they randomly are, because we're, as human beings, research-based suckers for partial reinforcement, or I keep relating to what they say they're going to do rather than what they do, that you could end up wasting a lot of years, decades of your life hoping for this change that may or may not come. It's just like speculating on stocks. And I'm telling you, like, it is powerful, because these unconscious defenses, you're not really like connected to the fact that you're in them. That's why they're unconscious. So all forms of denial, and people are like, oh, I'm not in denial. I'm like, you wouldn't know if you were. I mean, that's the power of denial. I see it. I see that it's happening, but I'm not connected to the full emotional reality. That's why it's so tricky, where people will adamantly protest that they're not in denial. So if you know anyone who is in that defense and stuck wasting time and wasting their life in abusive, neglectful relationships where, they're losing time or getting abused, all these kind of things, please forward this video to them, explain this to them, help them in this way, because the really solution, this person has to get connected to the real pain of what it's like. One of these sides has to tip the scale so they can move. The word emotion comes from a Latin word that means to move. So if you want to get unstuck, get connected. No matter how painful it is, it will move you somewhere. If my hand is on the stove and it's burning, I will move my hand. If I can't feel my hand, I'll sit there and fry my hand. And that's what happens to so many people. And it's sad to see wasted years, opportunities, decades of a person's life, hoping that this person changes. So again, if you want to be a part of helping us fulfill our mission of helping as many people as we can, please forward the video on. You can reach me again during the week at john@gatewaycounseling.com. We are on Instagram at Gateway Center, Facebook at Gateway Counseling Center, and the Mind Zone group, and YouTube, Gateway Counseling Center channel. Guys, have a great week. I'll see you next Tuesday night at 8:15, and send me any questions you got during the week.